Coach, I'll start over here. Is there a different feeling about this team? I know there's a lot of expectations, a lot of buzz, and it's your job as a coach to be able to manage those expectations and keep your players a level head throughout the team. But is there a special feeling or something different in your mind about this team?
I think there is. I think coming off how we finished last season, I don't think the expectations get too big for the players, because how we finished last season, our guys can really look back at last year and say, hey, we went to Auburn, had an opportunity to win, and lost at the very end of the game. And our guys really feel we should have won that game. That's a team that played for the national championship this year. We battled Alabama right down to the final, and we're doing it with a true freshman quarterback, not with our third-string true freshman quarterback. And so I think our guys look and they say, hey, we can compete with all of these teams. At the end of the year, we found a way to win games that we hadn't been winning in the past. We finish on a huge positive note. I think starting January 1st, the expectations within our program for our players were extremely high. And so I think as they're starting to see expectations outside the program kind of build, I think they're used to it. That's what they want. And so I think they embrace it.
Coach, over here in the just so you know, on the Wednesday conference calls every week, you're always the most happy and cheery of the 14 coaches.
I love my job. I coach college football in the SEC.
We appreciate that. Always makes us a little happier, too. Just after 5 years now, 4 bowl games, 3 wins, 4-1 in the Egg Bowl, but still kind of looking for that real signature win over a top 10 type team. What's got to happen for you guys to get there? And just overall, after 5 years, are you where you kind of hope to be?
Yeah, after 5 years, I wanted to win 5 SEC championships, I guess, is where you want to be as a coach. But, realistically speaking, we took over. We wanted to come in. I think that we'd been to 1 bowl game in the previous 8 years before I got there. And so, the thought was we have to build a program. We have to build a foundation. And, and that foundation starts with having winning seasons. And not just have a one great year or a flash in the pan here and then disappear another time. To build consistency. And I think we've been able to do that by going to all these bowl games. We certainly playing in the SEC West get a lot of opportunities at winning some big games. And I think for us, we have to go embrace those big games to go do it. And not just the consistency, and win when we're supposed to win. And maybe not shock the world out of nowhere. I love the consistency part of it, which is I don't want to shock the world one week and then lose a game we shouldn't lose the next week, for us. But to me, to do that, our program's been in place. I think now by having that foundation, now's the time for us to go start taking those next steps, where people aren't saying, boy, do you think you have a chance at a bowl game this year? That foundation, we expect to go to a bowl game. Now we want to go take that next step and go compete for an SEC championship. And it's certainly not an easy road going through the SEC West, but that's why we love that challenge.
Coach, how many programs in the SEC West do you personally feel have a chance to win the West? 7. It might sound crazy, but people wouldn't have thought Auburn could have done it last year, and they found a way to do it. I don't think you'll find a coach that doesn't think they have personnel that could win the SEC championship for them. And I think that's the one thing that makes this league so unique, that there are when you look, and that's in a coach, from a coach's perspective, I just think general people's perspective, everybody's perspective, you said Mississippi State's going to be a surprise, is going to come out and win the SEC West this year. I think people could say, I could see that happening. They have a lot of guys back on defense. They have a veteran quarterback. They have all their skill players back. That could happen. And I don't know that you could say that about every conference in the country, but I think within this league, especially in the West, and you look at the depth of the teams that are there, there's that opportunity that anybody, if the recipe hits right this year, you're going to be the team that has that special season.